Hi, I'm Katie, and I've been living on the road now for 2 years with my pup Arendelle, and I am taking you back through my entire van build, taking you step by step through the entire process. And now that I've been on the road for a little bit, I can show you what worked and what didn't. Be sure to subscribe to see how it all comes together. You can also follow along at Big Life Tiny Home on all the other social media platforms to stay up to date on our current journey. Now let's jump into this week's van update. We are jumping right back into talking about the floors. This is part 2 of the floor installation. In the end, I honestly love how these turned out, and at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how they've held up after these past 2 years. I've spent like 10 days insulating the floor. I have this half-inch layer that goes between all the little metal things, and then an inch of foam, and then the plywood, and then my floor. My pretty floor will go on top of that. You're probably wondering, what in the world am I doing? My dad, who's very big into construction and who I learned a lot of my skills from, was concerned that where the plywood met each other at the seams, whenever you step on them over time, that they would begin to bow or sag because of the different weight on each board. So I am routering out a space for a piece of wood that will go underneath the plywood where these two pieces meet, so that over time they will not sink into the foam and it will stay solid over the years. As you can see, this is a very messy process, and I'm not sure Arendelle liked all of the noise from the router. What? After sweeping up all the little pieces, I made sure that the wood fit into place properly before gluing it down, while my dad helped me vacuum up all of the little specks of foam. Thanks, Dad. Later that day, he helped me to pre-drill where the existing tie-down bolts were, and I ordered custom screws that were long enough to go through all of the foam and plywood and into the van. Then we loaded everything we can find heavy in the garage to get the glue to hold. Today, I'm going to be working on a lot of little projects. Yesterday, we worked on gluing the plywood floor down and screwing it down into the van, and we have a bunch of stuff sitting on top of it from last night trying to get the glue to hold. So today I'm going to be unloading that and doing a bunch of other little minor things in the van. So nothing too exciting, but progress is being made. So I just got done unloading everything, and the floor looks so good. It feels like it doesn't really look different to you guys because it's the same, but it's like it feels better, more solid. Now I'm just going to use a product called Great Stuff that you have to shake really well in order to fill in all the gaps where the flooring meets the van. Today I am working on removing this extra foam. I'm going to use a utility knife to scrape off the excess that's over the top of the wood. You can feel that it's already hardened, so it is good to be taken off. Once that extra foam is removed, then I can start putting down my new pretty floor, which I'm really excited about. The knife sliced through this like butter, and it was easy to just remove the big chunks after that. Lastly, I just used a razor blade to make sure that there was no bumps on the wood before the floor went down. Okay, well that wasn't too bad. It took about only 30 minutes to get it all up. Now it's time to clean it up and move on to the next project. It's extremely important to remove any sort of debris before putting the final floor on top so that there's no bubbles or anything like that in the flooring. Sorry, it is cold in here today. It's only 25 degrees. We got heaters going, and I am ready to put in some floor. Can't wait to see what it all looks like put down, make it feel more like a home. Got my insulation in. This will be shown in another video. This one's all about the floor. And behind me, so it's starting to come together. Before putting the first row of flooring down, I laid some carpet tape to give it something to grip to, but these are interlocking planks, so they should all stick together once it's all down. In addition, my cabinets and other fixtures will help hold the flooring into place. Right now, I'm trying to make my first cuts around this wheel well, and right here is when I cut myself for the first time. So this is definitely a learning process for me. I just cut this piece of wood out, thought it was beautiful to fit around the wheel well, went to place it in, and realized I cut the wrong side of it. It needs to be cut on this side, not this side. So at least I'm learning, and maybe this will fit on the other side of the van, right? Yeah, it's a process. After that little mishap, I thought I was learning. I thought I was getting better, but the hits just kept coming. All right, this is my video confessional. I'm not good at this. The floor stuff. Well, there's my wrist, but I keep measuring right, and I go to cut it, and I cut the wrong side. And I've done this several times. One of them was like twice in a row for the same spot, and I'm losing my mind, but I'm gonna get this done. So it'll be nice when it is. And then when I finally made all of the correct cuts around the wheel well, I thought I would be cruising at this point, but I had a hard time trying to figure out how to get all the slats to go together. I am sure there are ways to do this by yourself, but I kept getting the tops connected, but then I couldn't get the sides together, and it was a whole thing. This has been really... I've cussed a lot, and then my parents came out here and they were trying to be like, what can we do to help you? And I was telling them how like I'm not good at this and I was just doing a horrible job, and they're like, well, do you want us to help you? Do you want Dad to do it? And I was like, no, like I'm going to do this, but it's been fun, but I'm determined. Also that pile over there, it doesn't look that bad on video. That whole pile is like scraps, and now I'm freaking out that I'm gonna run out of wood, and it's a hot mess, but I'm learning what not to do. Eventually, I did actually end up asking for my parents' help, and my sister even came to watch for a little bit, and we were able to knock this out in no time with all of us. There's like, it's so dissatisfying, but there's one little strip that needs to be done. But it's so pretty. I love it. Don't you love it, Ari? She loves it. Also, I did not realize how bad some of my cuts were, probably because I did them in my maximum rage earlier. But let me just show you this. These are my dad's cuts. So pretty. Wait for it. Those are mine. Like, what? What was I thinking? Why are they even down? I didn't even realize how bad they were. So my parents came up here to help me, like, put it down because I needed more people. So, like, it was like, I was over there, my dad was here, my mom was here. If I would have seen those, like, the way they were, because those weren't down yet, I would have been like, no, I'm going to redo them. But that's what it is. Luckily, I mean, no one's gonna see it ever, because there's gonna be a wall right here, but then I'm also gonna build coveys over top of it, so like literally no one's gonna see it. But like, I can't. And I really love Aries Lane on most of it, but like this gray color is my favorite, so I tried to put more of those in like the area that's actually gonna be seen, because like 3/4 of this is gonna be completely covered. Like I'll see the garage back there when I'm like back there, but like that whole side, this side-ish is gonna be all covered. So hi, pretty Ari. Look how pretty the floor looks. So now that you've seen them all put together, let me show you how they've held up. There is one spot that's a little concerning and I'm kind of frustrated with, but overall, I think they still look great. Alright, this spot right here has been my only problem area. Arundel's water dish typically sits right here, and I think from all of the water with her getting it outside of the bowl has just caused some of these boards to warp a little bit, and right here it has been pushing, this piece has been pushing up under this piece. I have been on the road for 2 years, and this only started within this past like couple months. So now what I've been doing is I have a mat that just goes under her water bowl, and that definitely seems to be helping with absorbing the water, and it also covers this spot so when I'm walking over it, it doesn't harm anything further. I was also slightly worried about this edge here with it not having a cover on it. I wasn't sure if these edge pieces would peel up because there's no seal on this, but I have not touched it since I installed it. This nick was actually from when it was installed, and it has not changed at all. I do not have any sort of vacuum in my van. I only have my broom that is covered in dog hair, and I just sweep everything outside. If there's any like big trash or anything like that, which doesn't really happen in the van, I'll pick it up before I sweep the dirt and dog hair, all the dog hair outside. And the broom itself is just kept in my cab area. I have a little broom latch that you can get at any store, and then I just stay secure right there. I hope this information was helpful for maybe your next van build, and I will link any important information down in the description below.